Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Giannis calling out Kevin Durant for always joining super teams. So Giannis said, I could teach you how to carry your own team, basically. I agree to a certain extent. Kevin Durant don't seem like he want to, get it out the mud. I get it. He's older. Obviously, he's 34. He's not in his 20s anymore. I understand that, but I mean, the guy went from OKC Thunders, joined the Golden State Warriors, who beat him that year, and he was up 3-1. Then he left Golden State, went to Brooklyn to form Voltron with him, James Harden, Kyrie. Then he left Brooklyn. Now he's in Phoenix with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. So it seems like this constant stacking of the deck, basically. Ever since he went to Golden State, it seems like he has to be on the best teams. As great as he is, he has to be on the best teams every time. He's always on the best teams. It didn't work out in Brooklyn, obviously. That was a shit show. That went up in smokes, but just to say, when you look at Kevin's resume as far as teams, he's always on the best teams ever since he went to Golden State. And that's just what it is. So, I mean, apparently Giannis is like, come on, man. Like, how many super teams are you going to be on? Like, every time? Like, come on, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kevin Durant is a bit older than Giannis, age-wise, about 6-7 years. So, but regardless, come on, man. I would agree. How many super teams are you going to join or form? So Giannis said to Kevin Durant, you keep joining super teams to win NBA titles. How about we work out together so I can teach you how to carry your own team? Man, that is harsh. But I understand where Giannis is coming from. Like, come on, dude. I'm over here on my own team, a regular team, good team, but a regular team, battling in the East, trying to get my second chip. And you're just going to leave Brooklyn, a super team that got dismantled, and go to another super team like that? Come on, man. And I would agree, man, that's crazy how Kevin Durant keep bouncing from super teams to super teams to super teams. Like, that is crazy. While players like Carmelo get scrutinized, oh, he never won anything, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if Melo was on the Golden State Warriors, I'm sure he would have had 2 rings. I mean, come on. Prime Carmelo on the Golden State Warriors? I'm just bringing Melo up to say, come on, man. It's not that hard to win rings when you're on the best team or your team is so stacked. Come on. Why do you think LeBron James won his first 2 rings in Miami? He had the best team in the NBA, talent-wise. A prime D-Wade who was a finals MVP, and a beast in Chris Bosh who was doing his own thing in Toronto. And they all came together. Come on. And Kevin Durant been doing this ever since he left OKC. Ever since KD left OKC, he's just super team crazy. He doesn't want to play on no regular teams. He don't want to get it out the mud. Nope. KD want all these pre-built teams. The team is already built. He just inject himself in there. It's like, come on, man. And this is the NBA we're in right now. This is what's going on. But yet they try to compare this era to the older eras. Come on. Don't get me wrong. They had super teams back then in the 80s. We know that. But the freedom to move and go where you want to a certain extent is great. But at the same time, come on, man. KD should have stayed in Brooklyn. At least finish the year out. That's how I see it. To me, KD should have felt like I have something to prove. That's how I feel. When Kyrie left, said, I'm out of here, KD should have said, you know what? Watch this. I got something to prove. And stay in Brooklyn and try to see how far he could drag that team. After the season is over, then you could decide, okay, you know what? Whatever. But to just leave Brooklyn high and dry to go join another stacked team and form Voltron again? Come on, man. And some people think that's okay. I mean, of course, he could do what he wants, but that doesn't make it okay. I am somewhat disappointed because I had my heart set on the Bucks versus the Nets. Like, I had my heart set on that. I had my heart set on the Celtics versus the Nets. I was really looking forward to KD facing off against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, KD and Kyrie. I had my heart set on that, and they both left. So all that expectation, anticipation, what we thought was going to happen, oh man, this year's playoffs going to be insane on the East. That all went up in smoke because KD and Kyrie left. It's crazy, man. Like, I'm all for player movement. I'm all for player movement. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. But man, there comes a time when you're like, okay, man. You took your butt to Brooklyn with Kyrie. That didn't work. Now you're leaving again. You're on another team. At least play the season out. At least play the season out. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, you could go where you want, but at least finish the season out, man. Play the season out. Try to get it out the mud, whatever. You should feel like I have something to prove. That's how I see it. KD should have felt like I got something to prove and stay in Brooklyn and finish out the season. But nope, he up and he left. He went to Phoenix. And now Giannis is taking shots at him, and rightfully so, and I understand. Like, come on, man. How many times are you going to stack the deck? So this guy keeps going to pre-made teams that's already good, injecting himself in it. And the crazy part to all this situation is Devin Booker believes adding Kevin Durant doesn't make them a super team. Get the heck out of here. He's trying to downplay the situation. Oh, me, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. You could say it's a big four. That is not a super team. We're just a regular team like everybody else. Cut it out. If you match that team up with any other team, they have the best talent on paper. Not saying they're going to win it all. We'll see what happens. But talent on paper, they have the best talent on paper. But Devin Booker is going to say they're not a super team. Cut the cap, man. Cut the cap. Yeah, so Kevin Durant is yet to make his debut as a Phoenix Suns. That should be coming up soon. I'm guessing in a few more games. And I'm curious to see what this team look like. But, we all think this team is going to be ridiculous. The Phoenix Suns was already a very good team. The past 2 seasons, top of the West, they were already a good team. And now you bring KD in. Come on. This team is going to be crazy offensively. Crazy. So I'm curious to see what this team look like with KD on it. So he's yet to play. It's coming off injury, but we're going to see what happened. And also on a side note, I wish they could bring Melo in off the bench. I would love to see Melo on this team, man. Get him a ring. Even though he's not the guy anymore, just to get him a ring with Chris Paul, that would be dope. I would love to see Melo, get a chance on this team. But for some reason, the man is still not signed, basically. So they blackballed him, but that's another story for another day. As always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy. It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.